Exactly. Professional expertise will save you tremendously costly problems. Maintain a meticulous spreadsheet of every payment date and the exact exchange rate your tax entity requires.
Emotional and psychological insights. We've established the dollar is a shield, but it also creates its own set of internal challenges. Let's talk about the risks associated with the safe haven currency itself and the psychology of holding it. I like the analogy. If the dollar is a solid ship, remember that it is not an island.
That's very reflective. The ship sails on a global ocean and is subject to waves and storms. First, there are the silent costs of conversion. I call them the silent vampires.
Oh, tell me about the vampires.
When your employer transfers your USD payment, the full amount rarely arrives. The vampires are the SWIFT fees for the international transfer, the intermediary or correspondent banks that take a small cut along the way, and finally the bank spread, the difference between the price the bank buys the dollar at wholesale and the price they sell it to you at retail.
That can add up to 2 to 5% of your total salary. It's a real reduction of your dollarized income.
A massive hit. And the second risk is that the dollar is not immune to crises. If the Fed injects excessive liquidity or the euro strengthens suddenly, the dollar can lose value against other major currencies. If your saving goal is quoted in euros, for example, a temporarily weak dollar yields you less.
That's the objective risk. Now for the subjective risk, the psychological effect.
This is one of the most overlooked risks, Alex. Personal dollarization necessitates strong mental discipline. When the dollar soars, you feel euphoria. You feel smart. But when it stabilizes or drops slightly, what happens? It generates panic.
I agree. You panic and you think, oh no, I need to convert it all back to local currency now before I lose more value.
Exactly. That emotional reaction can lead to impulsive, erroneous, and costly decisions. You have to treat the dollar as a long-term saving vehicle, not a trading asset you panic sell every time there's a small dip.
Partner a 70-30 rule.
So, we need strategy to manage these traps and emotions. Who actually benefits the most from this whole endeavor? The profile that benefits the most is the remote professional or freelancer working for foreign clients who lives in a country with high inflation. Their income is pegged to the global economy, but their expenses are local and cheaper. This allows them to strategically